At it again, and we have another one with Candace, Owens, and Charlie Kirk. As a matter of fact, I might be stitching together two separate videos today in this one. So, buckle up, family. We in for one with this one. But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button and join the family, all right? And let's dive in. Try that.
Hey, I'm 18. I come from a conservative family, but I'm still figuring out my political beliefs. And Trump's comments about white nationalism, about how he doesn't believe it's a real issue. What do you think about that, and how FBI has actually confirmed that it's a rising number of hate groups in the United States?
So he's super precise what he's saying.
Y'all hear who he said confirmed? Yeah. I'm not going to say that I buy into that one a whole lot, but hey, you know, whatever.
He said the question was, do you think it's a rising issue? He said these people are animals, horrible people.
Yes.
They should be condemned. I just want to be very clear to make sure that his comments.
Yeah,
I don't think white supremacy is a rising
Yeah,
issue in
she's
America.
really
I
loud.
think the issue always tends to rise right around election season. Isn't it
It's
weird?
left supremacy.
Racism always comes back right around election season. It's remarkable if you pay attention to it. The headlines magically start to change. Black Lives Matter gets a platform on TV. We start.
The only supremacy problem we have here in America is woke supremacy. That's it. That's the only supremacy issue we have. This whole white supremacy. Are there white supremacists out there? Yeah, sure. Of course. And there always will be. There always will be some white supremacists out there. Of course. You're never going to stump that out completely. But those numbers are like this. Woke supremacy, however, just walk outside of your front door. Walk around your neighborhood. You'll see it. I don't care where you live. You're going to see some woke folks. Right? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's absolutely infected America. I mean, we checked out a video the other day of a black man saying some of the most outlandish stuff that a white person, a white conservative, could never say. Ever say. I don't even want to say what the guy said. I even had to bleep out some of the stuff he was saying because it was just absolutely ridiculous. Now I feel like I have to say it. The black guy was basically telling white people that they should all put themselves in pine boxes because that would be the humane and right thing to do, to just get rid of white life. Had a white person said that, there would be outrage, buildings being torn to the ground. I don't see any marches because that black guy said that. I don't see anybody saying, fighting for equality or peace and love, telling him he's wrong. It's absolutely ridiculous, these folks, man.
Are watching black men die in the streets, and it's always just in time for the election cycle. I don't buy into the media hype. So the reason why is because I'm black, right? So I actually don't need to read an article written by the Washington Post or FBI data to know whether or not America is racist. I just need to walk down the street, right? I don't need to find out from a white liberal group whether or not America is a racist country because I am black. And the first person that will find out if America is racist is me because I'm black. So what I would caution you to realize is that the timing of them telling us that white supremacy is on the rise, a metric which I don't know what they're measuring it by. Are people writing into the FBI and saying I'm a white supremacist, include me in your data?
They're making it up. They're making it up. It's completely false. That's the way that I see it. But I mean, listen, if I'm wrong, call me out on it. Call me out. If there's actual statistics and actual videos out there that actually prove these claims, let me know. Because everybody has a camera phone, okay? Everybody has a phone with a camera. All right, so all of these incidents of this supremacy, they better be on camera. There's no excuse for them not to be. Because everybody has one. Show me. Show me the tapes. Show me the tapes. I want to see.
I don't even actually know how they're even doing the metrics for that. but the timing of it is very fishy. It's always suspicious, and something that I speak about a lot at Brexit rallies.
And when they can't get the black community, then they start pandering to the Hispanics. And now all of a sudden, if you want legal immigration, it's xenophobic. Like, when has that ever been a thing in the history of the United States?
Xenophobia is on the rise.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like, okay, well, here we are obviously not racist, and yet here we are all called race traitors and white supremacists and you know, the KKK, because we're literally upholding the values and the standards of what makes the United States a sovereign nation.
They call you any type of name that they can. Any name in the book.
We're in South Carolina, a great state. Anybody here hate diversity, hate black people, hate Hispanic people?
Didn't think so.
I didn't think so. I think we're good.
And part of the reason why I began to question this is because of my own personal experiences. For example, at Boys State last year, held right here in South Carolina.
At what?
At Boys State last year, held right here in South Carolina.
Boys State? Or Boise State?
It was right at the end, and everyone was going around shaking each other's hands. And I witnessed one of my peers, another white male, refuse to shake the hand of a black male in my city. And that shook me to the core. I didn't realize how much this would affect someone. And he just brushed it off like it was no big deal. He said, I'm not a victim. But at the same time...
What? It shook me to the core because one white guy wanted to be a dummy and didn't want to shake my hand. I'm gonna go cry in the corner now. Please help me. Man, grow a pair. My goodness. You don't want to shake my hand? Okay, cool. I'm gonna see you on the court. You about to get this work. If I ever had an incident where, somebody didn't want to, first off, I was a competitor, so I wasn't shaking anybody's hands, okay? When we competing, we are not friends. Even right before we compete, we are not buddies, we are not partners, and we darn sure ain't friends, okay? I'm in competitive mode, all right? But let's say I wasn't that type of person when I was a competitor, okay? Let's say I was out here shaking people's hands, right? You don't shake my hand, you're going to have to see me. Whatever sport we playing. If we playing football, I know your position. I'm coming, okay? We on the court. I'm going to make sure you're going to have to guard me, all right? I'm going to show you something, like that's the way you do it. Like, I'm going to embarrass you. I'm not about to go. It shook me to the core. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what's going on with life. Like, grow a pair. My goodness, man. It's just...
It was right at the end, and everyone was...
Do y'all agree? Let me know in the comment section, please.
Going around shaking each other's hands, and I witnessed one of my peers, another white male, refuse to shake the hand of a black male in my city.
I guess he did say right at the end. So next time we play y'all, you're going to have to see me, all right? Next time. You're going to get this work, all right?
And that shook me to the core. I didn't realize how much this would affect someone. And he just brushed it off like it was no big deal. He said, I'm not a victim. But at the same time, myself, I wouldn't know how to go about that. If that continued throughout my life, I don't know what I would do.
But don't feel bad for him. He's the guy that has to deal with it. That's why I keep telling you, there are idiots everywhere. There are people that hate people. But no, but what I'm saying is you just said...
You shouldn't feel bad. He just said, I'm cool. I'm not a victim. But of course, he can't stand up for himself. So you have to try to stand up for him. Why though? Is it because he's black? Oh, so now you're looking at the skin color. Oh, darn it. In a little bit of a predicament, huh?
He didn't feel bad. So you don't need to carry this burden if he didn't feel bad. This is why I say to people all the time, you don't have to worry, you don't have to feel bad for me. And this is something that I talk about all the time, which is that it actually, it's undermining to me when people think that they have to feel bad for me. It's great you have a tremendous heart, and it's great that it affected you, and I'm not insulting you whatsoever for that. But what I'm saying is that there's always going to be idiots everywhere. Do not let people convince you that society is perfectible. It's not. We're human beings. There's always going to be a racist somewhere, a sexist somewhere, someone who's weird, someone who doesn't like children, right? There's people that are like, I just don't like kids, right? That's a weird thing, right? There are people that don't like women, right? They think that they're pathetic and awful, don't like dogs, don't like cats. You're always going to find hate if you're looking.
Hey, I'm not a fan of cats, so I'm one of those. I raised my hand. All right, it's me. It's me. I'm not a cat guy. All right, I will never own a cat, but that's just me personally. Do we got any strictly dog people? Let me know in the comment section. I can't be the only one, right? I can't be. I'm not a cat guy whatsoever. Never will be. Okay. Now, to each his own. You know, if you have a cat, that's cool. That's fine. I'm just saying, me personally, I will never own one. But anyway.
For it, okay? But don't let that mean that demonstrates that somehow you live in a hateful society, and then project that because one person didn't shake someone's hand, that now means white supremacy is on the rise. That's a really big leap to make, okay?
It's a ginormous leap to make. All right. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I'm going to see you on whatever, sport we're playing. If we're playing football, I'm going to see you on the field. We're playing basketball, I'm going to see you on the court. If we're running track, I'm going to see you on the track. All right? You don't want to shake my hand? You want to act like that? All right, cool. I'm going to embarrass you out here in whatever sport we're playing. I'm not about to go cry in the corner. Anyway, let's jump into this next video here.
And here's what I want to say. What you're seeing happening today, obviously we have some black people that are just shouting in the back. We have some black people that are sitting in the front quietly that are chanting USA and having a normal conversation. I love that. Because what I say every single time, and you may have seen me on the news, is that what is happening right now in the black community, you're going to hear it in this room first. There is an ideological civil war happening. Black people that are focused on their past and shouting about slavery, and black people that are focused on their futures, okay? That's really what it comes down to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? I can guarantee you what you're seeing happening is victim mentality versus victor mentality.
That's
and I promise
great, by
you,
the way.
the people here are going to win.
I love that.
And there's no doubt in my mind. I can tell you right now who is going to be better off when we look 20 years, when we look at the faces in this room, who is going to be better off are the girls that are sitting right here and across this room, because they don't have your mentality. Victim mentality is not cool. I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of...
Before she says that, there's been studies that I have come across that have highlighted how terrible having that type of mindset is, because people are miserable. They're miserable. The depression that runs, throughout that ideological side of things is rampant. It's rampant. They're driving themselves crazy into depression. Who wants to live like that? Not me. You know what I mean? So, it's just like, come on, man. But hey, they asked for it, so deal with it. Your problem, not mine, I guess.
Being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing that you utilize their history. You utilize their history, and you come in here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. More emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. It's embarrassing. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans. It's what's going on.
You teach them, girl. Yeah.
Overly privileged. You mean to tell me, right? You mean to tell me some of our ancestors were conquered in Africa, sold, shipped to another continent, put through tremendous amounts of work. A lot of them kept their spirits extremely high to survive, right? To survive for their loved ones and for the ones that are coming behind them, only for the people of today to act like that. This may be a controversial statement, but hey, it is what it is. I think some of our ancestors from back in the day that actually went through a lot of the things that, some black people claim they're going through today, some of the slaves and things that were beaten and had to work in very, very harsh conditions and for many, many hours. I think they would be absolutely embarrassed to see some of these folks today. I really do. I really do. I think they would be extremely disappointed to watch some of these folks cower and be, oh, I'm a victim, and act like that. I think they would be absolutely embarrassed and would be ashamed that they fought to survive only to produce later on folks like that. But that's just my humble opinion. I'm just one guy, who am I? Of course, but I don't know. That's just the way that I feel about it. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Shout out to Candace Owens. Shout out to Charlie Kirk, of course. And like I said, let me know what y'all thought about that. Did I go too far? I don't think so. Peace and love. I'm out.